what I wanted to talk about was the proper way to draw your bow back. Now, when I look online and I see a lot of folks in the way they draw their bow, I definitely draw my bow back differently. And by what I see online, I'm definitely doing it wrong. And it's just the way that I've drawn the bow back for a long time. Now, what I see most frequently online being described as here's the right way to do it. It's in this mannerism here. Your elbow's up, the bow's up, and you pull it straight back here. Now, even in doing that, I can already start to feel tension in my shoulder here. Once I hook my release on it, I even start to remotely pull just a little bit. I start to feel uncomfortable tension in my shoulder. When I put the bow out in front of me and I pull it straight back, now I have to lift up. That's natural for me. It feels good. It doesn't cause any strain in my shoulder. I am saying this 100% respectfully. I totally understand the professional archers, the highly competitive folks that use this technique and they say it's the right way. So I'm going to say 100% they're doing it the right way. I'm doing it the wrong way. But I guess I'm just struggling to understand why it's got to be the ultimate right way. I feel a natural tension in my shoulder when I pull back this way, but when I pull this way, I feel much stronger and I don't feel any tension at all. And the way that I'm looking at it is, does it really make a difference if it's comfortable and practical to you, and are the end results what you need? So I want to bring up this topic and just try to start a little bit of a discussion, and saying this with the utmost sincerity, being respectful of the people who are far better archers than I'll ever be. And this is kind of the standard correct way to draw the bow back. And I just know that it's uncomfortable for me. When I put the bow out, you can see there, that's natural to me, but the bow does have a slight cant upwards. But as I draw back like this, now I've got to lift it up and get it to the way I want to shoot it. I theoretically had a pole out in front of me, and I was going to try to grab another bar behind it and pull that bar to me. There's no doubt about it. I could pull those bars apart like this with a lot more direct, efficient effort than I could if I tried to turn my hand almost upside down, put my elbow up in the air, now try to pull those bars apart. I'm just not as strong that way. That's why I'm struggling with, this is the ultimate right way. But if you're going to this and then to this, and it's a second longer, does it make it wrong to do it that way? I don't know that I'll ever be able to change because I've done it for so long, and I know that when I try to pull my bow back like this, it does cause discomfort in my shoulder. And I'm over 50 years old, and I've shot a bow for a long time. I've always been physically active and always been in pretty good shape, fairly strong for my size. I just know that that is uncomfortable and starts to hurt. But when I'm pulling like this, I can pull that way with absolutely no discomfort. And I feel like I've got a lot more to pull, even though I'm only pulling 64 pounds. I could pull a whole lot more like this than if I try to do this. The right technique of doing this is just so uncomfortable to me. I guess in order for me to do it and feel like I'm not having any strain and getting the bow back as easy as possible with the least amount of effort, my technique's going to be like this. But the end result is exactly what you want it to be. When you let that arrow go and it hits where you wanted it to hit, does it really matter? And is it possible that there are different variations to the way you draw your bow and they both be correct?